Identifying and delivering on your client's priorities. An important part of the planning process is the inclusion of client priorities into the equation. These priorities can dramatically influence how the various tasks are sequenced and completed. After signing the contract, the project manager must look beyond standard project goals, such as the purpose of the facility, how much it should cost, when it will be completed, etc., and determine the client's priorities. These priorities are often subtle, and a failure to understand them can lead to disastrous client relation problems down the road. For example, a client may be a government agency whose first priority is maintaining a spotless set of project files. Every report must be submitted on time, every invoice in the proper format, and every decision thoroughly documented. If, in a zealous attempt to meet an ambitious schedule, the project manager is consistently delinquent in maintaining progress reporting, the team may successfully meet the project's goals while alienating the client. The plan should recognize this priority and plan the activities needed to meet them. Remember, design and construction firms are not in business to perform projects, they are in business to serve clients. Identifying the client's priorities must be done at the outset of project planning, when the relationship between client and project manager is yet untainted by the usual problems that arise during the project completion. One technique for uncovering client priorities is to use a series of probing questions. Consider the following dialogue between a project manager and his client for a new wastewater treatment plan. PM: Helen, let's talk about your goals for this project. Client: Sure, Frank. What would you like to know? PM: Well, what do you consider your most critical objectives? Client: As you know, we've secured financing for this project based on a completion date of August 31 of next year. We've got to meet that date, and because our financing is limited, we really need to stay within budget. Oh yes, one more thing. The City Council has been giving me a hard time about the number of construction change orders we've been experiencing on recent projects. So be sure that the design is really tight and will not require change orders. What has the project manager learned about this client's needs? Nothing. The client has the same goals that most clients have at the start of a new facility project. The PM must continue to probe. PM: I want to assure you that I'll do everything possible to meet your goals, but it would help me if I could understand what would happen if one of these goals couldn't be met. Let's say we got halfway through the design, and the state issued new wastewater discharge requirements resulting in a total redesign. Suppose this caused the design schedule to slip by 2 months. Client: Well, I guess we could get a 2-month extension if there was a good reason for the delay. PM: What if the construction cost increased by 10% as a result of these new regulations? Client: That would be tougher. I suppose we would tap into the city's capital revenue fund if the increase were not more than 10%. PM: What if we accelerated the redesign in order to minimize scheduled delays, but this introduced a number of conflicts that had to be sorted out by construction change orders? Client: To tell you the truth, the mayor and council really blasted me about all the change orders on that last project. If that happened again, I'd probably be fired. After asking just a few more detailed questions, the project manager now has a clearer idea of the client's priorities, as well as her goals. This information is vital to the planning process because it helps to identify the critical aspects of certain tasks in the mind of the client. This helps the PM to define the relative priority and proper sequencing of the more important tasks. The sequencing aspect of planning is affected by several variables: client priorities, logical completion of design work, most efficient use of available resources, etc. Balancing these correctly is extremely important if the project management plan is to be the foundation of success.